In this lecture, we will see the three basic problems of hidden Markov model, or the three basic problems which can be solved by using an HMM. A hidden Markov model, or HMM, is a statistical model in which the system being modeled is assumed to be a Markov process or a stateless process. Given the present, the future can be computed without considering any past. So if you have the present value with you, all the past values can be discarded. But here, compared to observed Markov model or discrete Markov model, the difference is that there is unobserved or hidden states here. So this is a statistical model in which the system being modeled is assumed to be a Markov process. We'll call it X with unobserved hidden states. So if we have a set of states X here as unobserved or hidden states. But there is another process Y which is observable, whose behavior depends on X. So we have a Markov model, normal Markov chain with all hidden variables like H1, H2, H3, H4 are hidden variables. This we call X, and we have another set of variables Y which is observable. So the value of this observable variables are dependent on the value of the hidden variables. So our goal is to learn about X. This is the X values, the hidden variables, on getting the values of Y. So you will be given with the value of Y. Based on that, you will have to find out the model, or you have to learn about the X values. So hidden Markov model contains two types of variables. The first type of variable is a part of a Markov chain which is X, which is hidden, whereas there is another set of variables which are observable variables which we call Y. So given Y, or given the observed variables, you are supposed to find out the value of X. Hidden Markov model is very useful in different fields like bioinformatics, speech recognition, natural language processing, etc. The problems where we use sequence of states or time dependent series sort of data, in all these things it's very useful. Let's look at an example. Assume the kinds of weather at my place are rainy, cloudy and sunny. So any one of these weather condition will only will occur at my place. So on any given day, only one of them will occur. So let's say we are trying to model this as a Markov model. So we can have states like rainy, cloudy and sunny, and the weather tomorrow depends only upon the weather today. So now this can be implemented as a observable Markov model or a simple Markov chain. So let's say you have only three states, rainy, cloudy and sunny, and any weather condition tomorrow only depends upon the weather condition today. So we can discard all the past data. Means that it is a Markov chain now. So this can be implemented by a simple Markov chain. A simple Markov chain in the sense we'll have to define transitions and transition probabilities. So this is the transition from rainy state to cloudy state with a probability 0.3, cloudy state to sunny state with a probability 0.4, rainy to sunny a probability is 0.2, rainy to rainy probability is 0.5 and so on. So this is the transition probability, state transitions and transition probabilities. So this is now a simple Markov chain. Now let's say this part is hidden from us and we have another set of variables which is called my mood, and this can be only two states. There is only happy or sad. So let's say we have another observable. This is not observable, this is a hidden set of hidden variables. So let's say we would like to find out, or we would like to learn about this by observing the observable set of variables. So we have a variable called mood variable. This is a weather Markov chain. We have another mood variable which is can take values sad or happy. So based on this set weather conditions only, this mood changes. That is, this mood is defined by some probability of rainy, cloudy, or sunny. Sad is defined by some probability of rainy, some probability of cloudy, and some probability of sunny, etc. So you include that probabilities also. So the mood depends on weather of that particular day. It is not dependent on the weather of the previous day. Previous day, the mood of the previous day, etc. It's only dependent on the weather of the present day. So based on that, let's say the probabilities of this as marked in red color, and the probability that the mood is sad is, on a rainy day you have 90% chance that your mood is sad. On a rainy day there is only 10% chance that you are happy, and on a cloudy day the sad percentage is 0.6 and happy percentage is 0.4. On a sunny day sad is 0.2 and happy is 0.8. So based on this, so this is the observable variable. So based on this observable variables, we would like to learn about this. So what is given to us is a mood sequence. Based on that, you would like to identify the weather sequence. So this is called the observable variables, and the red ones are observable variables and the green ones are hidden variables. So the states of a Markov chain is hidden from us. So this is the hidden variables. There are some observable variables which are dependent upon the hidden variables. So such a model is called a hidden Markov model. So there is a Markov chain which is hidden from us. So this weather sequence is a Markov chain. Weather is a sequence which is a Markov chain which is hidden from us, and there is another set of observable variables. So these observable variables are dependent on this hidden variables or hidden chain. So this is called a hidden Markov model. So a hidden Markov model or HMM is hidden Markov chain plus a set of observable variables. So now let's see how we can learn the hidden chain or hidden sequence from a observable sequence. So let's see that you are given with 3 consecutive days sequences, or the weather and its observable variables values. Actually we can't observe the hidden states. This hidden state is hidden from us, but let's assume that this is a scenario. On a sunny day you are happy, on a cloudy day you are also happy, on a sunny day you are sad. What is the probability that this particular sequence will occur? That is the question now. So you know that these are values of hidden states and we may not be able to measure this, but for the time being let's assume that you are given with this: sunny day you are happy, cloudy day you are happy, and at sunny day you are sad. This can be obtained as a probability, as a joint probability of happy, happy, sad, this mood sequence, comma, probability of this sunny, cloudy, sunny. So joint probability of mood sequence and a weather sequence. So this is your mood sequence, the observable values, observable variables, and this is your weather sequence. So it can be calculated as a joint probability of mood sequence and observable, the hidden weather sequence. Here in the green matrix we have I have shown the transition probabilities, and in the red matrix I have shown the observable variables probabilities. That is probability of sad given rainy is 0.9, probability of sad given cloudy is 0.6, probability of sad on a sunny day is 0.2, probability of happy on a rainy day is 0.1, probability of happy on a cloudy day is 0.4, probability of happy on a sunny day is 0.8. So this represents, this matrix is representing the observable variables probabilities, and this green matrix is representing the transition probabilities. That is and this is hidden from us, this transition probability is hidden from us. This is the observable sequence or observable variables probabilities. So this is available and this is not available. So this is rainy to rainy transition, rainy to cloudy transition, rainy to sunny transition, and you see that 0.0 is there is no transition from sunny to rainy. This transition probability is 0. So in the previous example we have seen that this is probability of happy sad comma sunny cloudy sunny. So this joint probability, it can be calculated as probability of y comma x. Y is your observable variable and x is your hidden variable. Now let's denote it as probability of y comma x. This can be obtained as a product of 6 terms: probability of x1 equal to sunny, and probability of y1 equal to happy given x1, that is on a sunny day you are happy, into probability of x2 given x1, that is from sunny to cloudy transition, into probability of y2 equal to happy given x2 equal to cloudy, that is again you are happy on a cloudy day. Then x3 to x2, that is cloudy to sunny transition, into probability of y3 equal to sad on a sunny day. So this can be obtained from the transition can be obtained x2 bar x1, probability of y1 bar x1 is obtained from y1 bar x1 is this, right? This is on a happy day you are, on a sunny day you are happy. So this is happy bar sunny is 0.8, so it is 0.8 into, this is x2 bar x1 is from the green matrix. So the transition is from the green matrix, and this observable variable given hidden is from the red matrix. So x2 bar x1 is this one, transition from x1 to x2, so this is 0.3. So it is can be obtained as a product of 0.8 into 0.3 into 0.4 from the green matrix into 0.4 from the red matrix, and this 0.4 from the green matrix, and this 0.2 from this red matrix. And this is not available here. This is probability of x1 equal to sunny. Probability of x1 equal to sunny can be obtained as a left eigenvectors of this value, because that is already not given. So here you will get the left eigenvectors, you will get it as 3 values, maybe pi 1, pi 2 and pi 3. What is the probability of each of these? Probability of rainy, what is probability of cloudy, and overall probability. So you can get it as, by calculating the left eigenvectors, you will get it as 0.509. Let's say you are given with this value, so it is product of these 6 terms, and you are getting it as 0.00391. so this is how you can calculate the probability of y comma x. But here we know that y is not given. There is hidden states, isn't it? So hiding this this weather states from us, what we have is we have only a sequence of observable variables. Then how we can do it is, we can ask what is the most likely weather sequence for this observed sequence. Now along with us what we have is only this this y, happy happy sad. Now we can ask to the model what is the most likely weather sequence for this observable sequence. So there are many possible permutations like rainy, cloudy, sunny, rainy, sunny, 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 rainy, etc. So this was one sequence. So like that, many many hidden sequences will be there corresponding to this observable sequence, right? What we have to do is we have to find out the maximum joint probability between this observable and this permutations, or the weather sequence that maximizes the joint probability p of y comma x. You can see that the probability that maximizes this joint probability of p of y given this permutations is sunny, sunny, cloudy, that is 0.04105. The previously sequence is sunny, cloudy, sunny had only this probability 0.00391. So how we do it is, we'll try with all possible permutations, and based on that we can calculate it. Based on that we can say that what is the joint probability that maximizes what is the weather sequence that maximizes joint probability. You need to select that as the output, right? So given this, given observable sequence, what will be the weather sequence, that is what we are trying to identify here. So writing it in mathematical form, we can say it as argmax x equal to x1 comma x2 comma etc xn. You find out the maximum of x such that p of x given y is maximum. So here x is the hidden variable and y is the observable variable. What we would like to find out from our hidden Markov model is, you are given with y. From this you would like to find out an x which maximizes this probability p of x given y. But we don't have any direct method to calculate this. So our Bayes theorem is going to help here. So using Bayes theorem, argmax p of x given y can be written as argmax p of y given x. P of x given y is written as p of y given x into p of x divided by p of y. For all practical problems you can directly remove this denominator, and you can use only p of y given x into p of x, which is nothing but the joint probability of p of x and y. So p of y given x into p of x is the joint probability of p of x and y, and that is what we have here, the joint probability. So we have seen that the joint probability is we would like to find out the weather sequence that maximizes the joint probability. So p of y given x is one value, p of x is the second value, p of y given x into p of x. So p of y given x is equal to p of y1 given x1 into p of y2 given x2 into etc p of yn given x1, which is same as p of y given x equal to pi p of yi given xi. So this is the values which can be directly observed from your red matrix, right? P of y is the observed variable and x is the hidden variable. So this value can be observed, this is observed. So p of y given x is pi p of yi given xi, and that can be obtained from the red matrix. Now p of x is pi p of xi given xi minus 1, because it's a Markov chain, so xi is dependent upon only xi minus 1. So we have two values here, p of y given x and p of x given y. What we would like to find out is p of x comma y. P of x comma y is argmax x equal to x1 comma x2 comma etc xn pi p of yi given xi this value, p of xi given xi minus 1 this value. So a product of these two terms. So this is the output of hidden Markov model. So a hidden Markov model, in a hidden Markov model, what we would like to find out is p of x given y. P of x given y, there is no direct way to compute. So what we do is we would like to find out that x which maximizes this product. This is directly available, and uh, by running this or by executing this you can get an x which maximizes this product, and that product will be that x will be your corresponding hidden state sequence. A hidden Markov model is characterized by n, the number of hidden states, m, the number of distinct observation symbols. In the previous case we had n is equal to 3 and m is equal to 2, and you have aij which is your transition probability matrix, and bjk which is your observation symbol probability, and pi I which is the initial probability. And lambda means complete parameter set, which is a, b and pi. This complete set is called the parameter set, which is lambda. So usually n, m and lambda. Aij is our red matrix, which in our previous example, this is aij and this is bjk. Transition probability and state transition probability, and the this is also called the emission probability, bjk, observation symbol probability. Now let's see the three basic problems that can be that can be solved by using an HMM. HMM can be used to solve evaluation problem, decoding problem, and learning problem. Let's briefly describe these problems, and we'll take one problem at a time, and we'll discuss it later. So the evaluation problem, in the evaluation problem, given the model, compute the probability that a particular output sequence is produced by this model. So what is given in the evaluation model is, evaluation problem is, you are given with a model and you are given with an observation sequence. Using this model, what is the probability that this observation sequence can be obtained, that you have to identify. That is called the evaluation problem. So here lambda is given. Lambda means aij, bjk and the pi value. So this is given, that is the model is given. Lambda is called the model. So lambda is given, and a sequence of O. O means the observation sequence, that is O1, O2 etc. or T, some up to some time T, or T, some observation sequence is given. Find the probability that this observation sequence is generated by this model. We do it by using a method known as forward backward algorithm or forward backward procedure. What we do is we'll try to identify all the state sequences which can produce this observation sequence. We have seen how to generate the state sequence based on the observation sequence. This is how we generate the state sequence out of the observation sequence. So take all the state sequence that can generate this observation sequence, and you take the sequence that maximizes the probability, that will be outputted. So find the probability, that the sum of all these probabilities, that is called the probability that this can be generated. So this is what you mean by evaluation problem. Your model is given, a sequence O is given, find the probability that this observation sequence is generated by this model. Next is a second problem, is the decoding problem. Given the model and output sequence, here also you are given with the model and an output sequence O. Find the state sequence which has the largest probability for generating this output sequence. So the decoding problem, in the previous problem we have been finding all the sequences and finding the probability. Here we are finding the state sequence that maximizes this probability. So model lambda is given, output sequence O is given. Find Q star which is the most likely sequence of hidden states which could have generated this output. So P of Q given observation sequence comma lambda, P of Q given O comma lambda, where Q is Q1 Q2 etc Qt and O is O1 O2 etc Ot, and that Q star you would like to find out which maximizes this probability. This problem is solved by using Viterbi algorithm. And there is a third problem which is called the learning problem. Here only a training set is given, training set of observations is given, observation sequence is given. So x is given, it's not the same x which we have been discussing as the hidden states. So a training set is given, a training set of observation sequences is given. So there is some OK, or raised to k means some O1 O2 etc. Okay, so this sort of an observation sequences is given, a number of observation sequences is given. You would like to find out that lambda which maximizes the probability of x given lambda. So a set of observation sequences is given, you would like to find out lambda, that is aij, bjk and pi, which maximizes this probability. Here model is not given, you are required to find out or create this model. So create or learn this model out of this training set of examples. This problem is solved by using Baum-Welch algorithm. So in the first problem, it's called the evaluation problem. You are given with lambda and observation sequence. Find the probability that this observation sequence is generated by this model, that is find all the sequences and the sum of the probabilities. Here decoding problem, find the most likely sequence of hidden states which could have generated this sequence. Here only observation sequences are given, some number of observation sequences which is called the training set. From that you would like to learn the parameter lambda. So in the next lecture we will take each of this problem separately and we will discuss it more. Thank you.